Hi, I'm Kesenya and welcome to Guiding Star Astrology. I'm your Astro Weather Girl. Thank you for joining me for this very special weather report, the last report for 2019, the last Astro Weather report for the decade actually, and it's going to be a doozy. But a doozy in the best sense of the word, in every sense of the word. We are embarking upon a solar eclipse to wrap up the last decade and to leave the resonance and the imprint on the brand new year ahead. Now, as I talked about in last week's video, it is really the solstice at the 22nd of December that is the most pivotal time for making new intentions. That's really the new year in astrological terms. However, we are embarking on the calendar year, the Gregorian calendar year, from the 1st of January, and it is going to carry the energy of this eclipse with it. So it is still quite important. So happy new year, happy new decade to everyone. What does this solar eclipse hold in store for us all? That's what we're going to be exploring in this week's weather report. Well, a solar eclipse is actually, as the name suggests, when the sun, the solar energy, is eclipsed, blotted out, in other words, by the moon. So here is the sun sitting in, it's at about 4 degrees. Let me get this all configured right. It's at about 4 degrees of the sign of Capricorn, and the moon, when the sun is at 4 degrees, will be there as well. Now, at the same time as the sun and the moon are at 4 degrees of Capricorn, we will have this little fellow, the south node, opposite the north node at roughly 8 degrees. So about there. It's all bunching up. There's a whole lot of action in Capricorn. So the south node will be at roughly 8 degrees. The sun and the moon are within very close proximity to the south node at 4 degrees of Capricorn. And this energy is what causes eclipses. Is when we have a new moon, the sun and the moon together within proximity of one of the nodes. That causes an eclipse. And when we have a full moon, which is when the moon is opposite, this is coming in about 2 weeks' time, the moon will sit opposite the sun within proximity of the nodes. That will also cause an eclipse. So it's the nodes that cause the eclipses. The nodes are where the sun and the moon's ecliptics cross in the sky. It's a mathematical point. You can't see it with your eyes, but it's a mathematically calculated point. And the nodes are what cause the eclipses, as I just said. So this particular eclipse, the solar eclipse, when the sun is going to be blotted out by the moon going across it. It's not a full solar eclipse, it's a partial solar eclipse. So only part of the sun is going to be blotted out by the moon moving across it, or the moon moving between the sun and the moon to cause a shadow on the earth, essentially. It's a partial solar eclipse and it's occurring on the 26th of December, so the day after Christmas. And this eclipse is going to be seen throughout the easterly coast of Africa, throughout the Middle East and Asia, and the top northernmost part of Australia. So this particular eclipse is not going to be visibly seen, although we'll all feel its energies in one way or another, but it's not going to be visibly seen by the continents of North and South America. So it's in the continents that I've just described to you, the East Africa, Middle East, Asia, and Northern Australia. These are the areas that are going to feel it so much more strongly. And it's these areas where the nations might react to the eclipse more strongly. So this is actually quite good, because it is one of the most beautiful solar eclipses that we have had in ages, in such a long time, I'm pleased to say. So the energy is going to be more positive. It's a light-filled eclipse. It's a blessed eclipse. So get ready for some great things to happen in this vicinity where the eclipse is being seen, but also in your life personally, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. But the reason that this is such a blessed eclipse is because it is falling so close. You can see him tucked behind in there, so close to Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of great luck, great expansion, great blessing. And so to have this Jupiter playing into the eclipse, forming a part of eclipse energy, is going to make it a blessed eclipse. Plus, there will also be this aspect that I spoke about last week playing out on Christmas Day that will play into the eclipse as well. The beautiful trine from Uranus to this point in the sky as well. So what I spoke of in last week's video is going to be amplified now because of the eclipse that's occurring at this point also. But we're going to talk more about what the eclipse will bring for you in your particular sign shortly. So there's a conjunction with Jupiter and a trine to Uranus. So much benefit with this solar eclipse. And there is also a fixed star, just to add more weight to the mix. There is the fixed star. Oopsies. I'll just draw him here. That's our fixed star. His name is Polis. Polis. And he sits at 3 degrees. So 1 degree off this beautiful new eclipse. And Polis is a leadership star. He carries the energy of Jupiter and Saturn, and therefore there's this energy of leadership and success. So this beautiful star Polis will feed into the eclipse as well. So much goodness waiting for us with this. And isn't this fabulous news after everything we've been through this year, and after, well, considering everything that's on the cards, on the table for the year ahead, with the conjunction of Pluto and Saturn coming up and so forth. You know, we've got some interesting, very pivotal, once in a lifetime kind of energies about to play out in 2020. We'll talk more about that in subsequent videos as they come along. But this eclipse is going to set things up in the most beautiful, empowered way. So it's going to bring to us all spiritual growth, personal growth, soul expansion, excitement, self-awareness, intuition, higher knowledge, wisdom, lots of good surprises, a sense of freedom, a sense of creativity, a desire to start something fresh, something new, to turn over a new leaf. This is a very optimistic eclipse, so you're going to have optimistic coincidences occurring in your life as a result of this eclipse. Fortunate synchronicity. I wanted to cover everything here, so I'm reading off my page. Fortunate synchronicity. So you'll notice, oh my God, how synchronistic is that? In fact, I'm already noticing this. A week out from this eclipse, I'm noticing, as I'm preparing this video, I'm noticing these synchronistic events that are like, wow, that's a message from spirit, you know, and you'll see these more and more with this. Lucky and unexpected breaks that come into your life to benefit you. Blessing, blessing, blessing. It's going to be great. So this is happening 26th of December. Get ready for a really fresh new beginning. Now this is because Jupiter rules expansion, spiritual beliefs, personal growth. Jupiter rules morals and insights and higher knowledge. Jupiter rules expansion of the mind and the worldview. Jupiter rules travel. Jupiter rules immersion in other cultures and new ideas. And it rules higher intelligence and a bit of intuition as well. Jupiter is a highly intuitive planet. Not to mention, Uranus is quite a psychic planet, you know, it's very intuitive as well. And so we've got this freedom aspect of Uranus, this highly creative aspect of Uranus, this intuitive aspect of Uranus, you know, that goosebump energy, you know, where you get tingles down your spine kind of energy of Uranus. This energy of authenticity, that's feeding into this in such a beautiful way. And then we've got leadership and success coming from Polis. So it is good, people. Very light filled. And like I said, just what we need after the early portion of December, which was full of upheaval with Saturn conjunct Venus. I might just also add Venus is moving out into Aquarius. So Venus is there. So she's no longer, I need to get my board straightened out, don't I? But this is just what we need after all the upheaval in the beginning of December with Saturn conjunct Venus that happened and all the transformations that have occurred. This is going to be a very beneficially transformative eclipse, so get ready for some good stuff. Now let's talk a little bit about eclipses. Well, eclipses are the wild cards, you know. They're designed, the design of an eclipse is, or its purpose is to take us more into our soul's destiny through this incarnation. And it will do this by kicking our pants if we haven't been, you know, making the efforts and the endeavors to make change. This eclipse is going to be so light-filled and blessed that it's more likely to bring this wild card energy in with blessing, in with good fortune. Jupiter is good fortune. Uranus is sudden, unexpected good fortune. So it is likely that there could be real windfalls and things going your way and things sorting themselves out at long last with this energy of the eclipse in a most blessed way. It's also, eclipses are designed to push us, like I said, into our destiny, but especially when it's conjuncting with a specific point in the chart. I'm asking you all, have you got any significant points? And we would be looking here for the sun, the moon, or your ascendant degree, particularly, maybe even the Lord of the first house as well, the planet that rules the sign on the ascendant. Any of these 4 particularly pivotal points, do any of them fall at around 4 degrees, give or take a degree or 2, of Capricorn, Cancer, Libra, or Aries? If you have, I'll repeat them again, sun, moon, Lord of the first house, or the ascendant falling at the 4th degree, 5th or 6th, or the 3rd or the 2nd to a lesser extent, but they're still within orb. If you have a planet falling around that point in your chart, this is going to be an important eclipse for you. It's going to change something very significantly, very powerfully in your life in a beautiful way, in an empowered way. I will also add that if you have anything in Leo around this degree, in fact, Leo generally is usually impacted quite extensively by a solar eclipse because their ruling planet is the sun. And of course, the sun is involved in this eclipse. Full moons, usually it's Cancer that is most affected or that can be affected. So, but this is a solar eclipse, a new moon essentially. And so it is the Leo energy that can be affected. If you have a planet at 4 degrees, but also just if you have the sun, the moon, or the rising sign in Leo generally as well, this can affect you in a most blessed way as well. Also, I need to point out that earth signs are likely to be blessed. And we're not talking about degrees here. We're just talking earth signs generally are going to get a lot of blessing out of this because earth signs make a trine. As you can see, here's Uranus in the earth sign of Taurus. Earth signs are represented in green on my board, making a trine to the energy of Capricorn, and same goes for Virgo. So if you have the sun, the moon, or the rising sign in Taurus or Virgo, or Capricorn obviously, then you are going to be blessed by this because it will be affecting your pivotal points, your sign by a harmonious trine aspect. So lots of people are going to get affected by this eclipse, and it's all going to be in the best way. So yay, very good news. Eclipses represent endings and new beginnings. So one cycle is concluding, another cycle is starting, and we are reaching the end of an eclipse cycle in the Capricorn Cancer axis. From June this year, we're going to start to see eclipses taking place in Gemini, Sagittarius. Sorry, June 2020. Gemini and Sagittarius is where the nodes move to, and that's where most of the eclipses are going to start falling. So we're concluding a cycle with the energies in Capricorn Cancer. So knowing what Capricorn and Cancer rule in your chart will help you understand what facets of life, and we'll talk about these with all signs, are going to be affected by this eclipse, this beautiful, prosperous, abundant eclipse energy. So it's looking good, people. I might tell you just a quick little story about my own experience with an eclipse when it fell on my sun. My sun's in Leo, so in 2018, the eclipse, my sun's about here, the eclipse fell on my sun. And it was quite a horrific eclipse, that one, because it had terrible aspects from Mars, lots of malefic planet influences. It was just really, I'm trying to remember the exact configuration off the top of my head, but it was a nasty one. So what that eclipse brought me, my sun here rules my 6th house of work, what I do to pay the bills. What happened to me a week after the eclipse occurred on my sun, bang on my sun, I lost my day job. It was terrible. And for 6 months, I had no steady, solid, reliable income. And I'm like, how am I going to feed my family, my children? How am I going to pay the mortgage? This is dire. It was very scary times in 2018. But what it did it gave me a kick in the pants to start being real, to start being authentic, and to start following my truth regarding what I did in a sixth house manner. The work that I undertook to pay the bills and get by in life, my daily routine. How could I be more authentic and truthful about what I was doing to pay the bills, to earn money, to keep the wolf from the door? And what happened was I threw myself into astrology like I'd never done before, and it's been the best thing that ever happened to me. I say thank you to that eclipse, even though at the time it looked and felt like sheer hell. But it brought me the biggest blessing my life has ever known, because now I am blessed to be able to share astrology with you regularly. I can put my energy, time and effort into astrology in a full-time capacity, and it's such a gift to me, and hopefully a gift to you all as well. So I'm very thankful for what that eclipse brought, even though it was considered to be quite a horrific eclipse. And this was the eclipse that everyone was talking about in that went across the United States, and it was visible from one end of the United States to the other. So everybody was talking about it. It was a big, influential eclipse, if you remember when that occurred. But it was a pretty dark eclipse. It wasn't a happy, light-filled one like this one's going to be. And so this one is going to bring blessing. Where that one brought me difficulty that still took me into my destiny, this one is going to bring something fabulous landing in your lap that will take you into your destiny. So it could mean that you get the job of a lifetime, the promotion you've always been after. You could fall in love with a soulmate. You might suddenly win Tats Lotto or get the chance to travel overseas like you've always dreamed. It can bring you closer to your soul's destiny. Now, it would depend what your chart has to say about what your destiny is. I'd love you to get a reading with me if you would like to know more about that. Check out my services page at www.guidingstar.astrology.com.au, and you might be able to book yourself a reading to understand more of your soul destiny. But for all of us, blessing awaits us with this eclipse, particularly if we have a strong pivotal point there, just like I did with the solar eclipse of July 2018. So yay, I'm looking forward to blessing this time. It's falling on my Venus, so I'm all for this. But now we need to learn to accept whatever it is that the eclipse brings us. And I've just given you an illustration of why that is. It's about trusting, even in the midst of turmoil and feeling like everything's falling apart and the rug's been pulled out from under you. It's about trusting that you are being directed to your destiny, that the universe has your back, and it does have our back. So we cannot fight the energy of the planets. They will have their way. They want us to go a certain direction, and they'll kick our pants to get there, or they'll give us blessing to get there. But that's what the eclipses want to do, and you won't be able to fight this one either. And who would want to fight it? It's sounding fantastic, this beautiful, positive energy of this eclipse. So observe has happened in the week leading up to the 26th, and observe what is happening in the week after the 26th. There will be some really good indicators there for the shift and the change and how that will be directed in your particular circumstance. We also need to watch for planets transiting across this 4-degree point in the sky. So we've got Mercury sort of moving its way toward the end of Sagittarius. When it crosses that 4-degree point in a month or so, it's going to trigger some action that has to do with what the eclipse promised. Same with Mars. When Mars gets there in sort of February, March, we are going to have some more action triggered when he crosses that 4-degree point as well. So whenever a planet over the next 6 months crosses that 4-degree point, you can expect some manifestation of eclipse energy, some blessings, some of the promise being fulfilled. Not only that, but if you have a planet near 4 degrees, just say you've got Venus sitting at 5 degrees of Capricorn. Well, when the nodes, which remember are at 8 degrees, as they move and progress throughout next year towards Sagittarius by June, as the node crosses that Venus at 5 degrees that you have, expect a triggering of eclipse energy in whatever realm Venus governs in your life. So you can watch for manifestation when that occurs as well. And of course, when the nodes hit on 4 degrees, that's going to cause some manifestation. So as you can see, there are many triggers for manifestation of eclipse energy. We've got to be aware, watch the astrological clock, so to speak, and see when these hits occur, because that will be when manifestation comes. You might see something in the week before or the week after the eclipse, but you will also be seeing things, or you may instead see things happening when these triggers are alerted by the crossing of a planet across these points. So I hope I'm making sense here. There's going to be many opportunities for activation of this blessed energy over the next 6 months, particularly if you have planets sitting around 4 degrees of, like I said, Capricorn, Cancer, Libra, or Aries. I will also point out that when the nodes cross this 4 degree point, that's going to occur between March 12th to March 23rd, 2020. So watch out. That time looks set to be tremendously blessed for us, because the activation of this beautiful eclipse energy will be happening for everybody. Okay, so look forward to March in that regard. Let's explore all signs and how this energy is playing out for all signs. We'll make a start with Aries, as always. They'll be glad to hear that that's what I'm doing. So what we can expect is the unexpected. We can expect the unexpected with this eclipse in the best possible way. We'll be moving more to our North Node destiny now with this eclipse energy. That's what's going to be happening. And it's going to bring lucky and unexpected blessings of fortune, of growth, and of opportunity. And okay, let's make a start. Aries rising. Here is Aries rising, here is the eclipse in your 10th house. So you, Aries rising people, and I'm not going to take into consideration if you've got sun, moon, or ascendant sitting at 4 degrees, because obviously I don't know that for everybody and what it will mean. We're just looking at if you have Aries as your rising sign, to a lesser extent the sun and the moon there as well. So here, in the 10th house is where this energy of blessing is falling for you. Your worldly achievements are going to be blessed now. The legacy you want to leave the world, the mission that you're on in this lifetime, that is where the blessing falls for you. So you might get opportunities that come your way. You might get the promotion you've always wanted. You might get that big project that's going to put your name up in lights that you've been hungering after. You might get the chance to expand your business and expand your career in some really dynamic way. Maybe you sign a contract for a book with a publishing company. You've always dreamed of doing that. Maybe this is the chance for you to get that lead role on Broadway that you've always wanted, or get that makeup artistry contact with this fabulous new movie that's happening in Hollywood or something. Some dynamic, blessed potential energy is there for you as an Aries rising person. So Aries rising, expect the unexpected in your career realm and begin now to move more towards your destiny of your soul in whatever career realm that happens to be, in whatever worldly achievements you desire to manifest them. Great times for Aries. Particularly actually if you've got your rising degree Aries at 4 degrees, it's going to be very powerful for you, or your sun or your moon. Taurus rising people, well, you're an earth sign, so you're trining this beautiful energy of the solar eclipse in Capricorn, and so there's going to be an easy flow of blessed energy, as we talked of last week, this gorgeous Uranus trine energy coming to your first house there, as you can see. So this is going to bring you lucky and unexpected blessings that have to do with 9th house things. Maybe you've just done your exams to get into university and you get an offer that you never dreamed you'd get. Maybe you get into medicine, or maybe you get into law, or something that was a pipe dream for you, and now it comes in a way that you least expected. It's so blessed. You get a better university score than you thought you would, and therefore you get into the courses that you dreamed you would if you're Taurus rising. You might also get the chance to travel now. That might come to you unexpectedly. Maybe Uncle Doug says, hey, I'm going to be traveling to Tahiti next year, and I'm wondering if you want to come with me. And you're like, yes, please. So away you go to Tahiti. There could be some unexpected blessing in terms of travel that comes your way with this beautiful energy that changes your life, that takes you towards a greater destiny, just like getting into the university degree of your dreams might take you very much towards your greater destiny. It could also mean that you connect with a benefactor who might stick with you all next year, having your back, upholding you, giving you financial advice or wisdom or philanthropic support, some kind of benefactor energy. This is the house of benefactors, of inspiration of people who have our back, and it's through that realm that you might find a great deal of blessing unfolds unexpectedly and most beautifully in your life. Keep in mind also that this energy is designed to take you further towards your overall destiny. So there's so much potential here for you as a Taurus rising person. Now, Gemini, this beautiful solar eclipse energy is falling in your 8th house. So much energy in your 8th house lately, Gemini people. So you can expect luck, windfalls, unexpected blessings, synchronistic events that have to do with your transformation, that have to do with your intimate, private sexuality or personal life in some way. You might find good fortune comes to you through a will, through a tax return, through some kind of superannuation payout or something. Growth and opportunity comes to you in the most transformational way. So maybe you've been battling with some inner demon for a while. It's through the blessing of this beautiful energy of the solar eclipse that you can overcome that battle, that you can overcome that inner demon, that thing that's holding you back, and you can emerge from that underworld wrestling experience with this inner demon to the springtime, the blessing, the blossom time, the abundance that life has in store. So you, more than any sign, Gemini, stand to be transformed through this beautiful, blessed solar eclipse that has your back, that's going to take you more towards your destiny and your personal empowerment. It is an exciting time of transformation and blessing for you. What a way to start the new decade, with that kind of beautiful, transformative, blessed energy. So expect the unexpected in terms of money from other people, in terms of your sex life. Could be fun and exciting, full of blessing, full of expansion, full of abundance. You might have the best sex of your life around the time of the eclipse. Bring it on. That sounds like fun. But also, this is a house of your intimate relations, not only sex, but how deep, how passionate, how intense your relationships are. And in this realm, you can be blessed as well through this eclipse. You might really go deep with your partners, really be enhanced with your relationships at a very deep, personal, intimate level, which could just stand you in beautiful stead for the whole decade that is to come. So lovely for Gemini people. Cancer rising people, well, this energy falls in your 7th house. And I spoke last week in the video I did for last week's energy about how the 7th house is being activated for Cancer rising and Capricorn rising people, which means lots of empowerment to do with relationships. And this solar eclipse is going to feed into that beautifully. So expect the unexpected with relationships. This solar eclipse, if you are single, can bring you a partner. It can bring you a business collaboration that will change your life. It can bring you some kind of new audience or clients or cultural experience, sophisticated, refined cultural experience that absolutely transforms your destiny. So this is where big unexpected events can be just so beautiful for you Cancer rising people now. And if you're married, expect big transformational events in your marriage or in your business partnerships that currently exist. And when I'm saying this, it's not going to be the kick in the pants kind of transformations. It's going to be the blessed ones. Suddenly, your business partner gets the contract of a lifetime, and you find that you're traveling all over the world. So you're a party planner, doing the biggest party events you'd ever imagine, because your business partner brings blessing into your business that you both run together or something. And you're doing big parties for Beyonce or someone. And life just goes from better to better. It could mean that blessing unfolds in your relationship as well. Your partner gets a promotion and suddenly they go from earning $80,000 a year to $200,000 a year. This promotion's incredible. Expect the unexpected. Amazing, blessed configuration that this solar eclipse is. It's a configuration for growth. It's a configuration for fortune. It's a configuration for opportunity. So more moving towards your destiny in relationships, in business partnerships, with your audience, with your crowd, with all of these beautiful seventh house energies. And if you happen to be dealing with some kind of legal court case, remember, this seventh house correlates with the sign of Libra, which is represented by the scales, balancing things out, finding equilibrium, finding harmony. Just know that this eclipse, if you're a Cancer rising person, falling in your seventh house can bring balance and harmony to a court case situation as well, where finally things are resolved and quite possibly in your favor with this eclipse energy also. Ooh, dear. So now Leo rising, also sun and moon to a lesser extent. I just need to say that because people tend to get a bit confused. But mostly Leo rising will feel this the strongest. And your energy of the energy of this eclipse, this solar eclipse, is falling in your sixth house. So here in the sixth house is where you're going to notice unexpected opportunities, synchronistic events, optimistic blessings that come falling into your lap now through this eclipse energy. So it's very powerful, very beautiful, lots of fortune, lots of growth, lots of expansion and abundance. Expect the unexpected, and we're talking about in realms to do with health and well-being. Suddenly, like you might have been sick for 6 months, and bang, in comes the solar eclipse here, and then suddenly you're healed. You're well. You feel, or you find some alternative healer or something that's just what you needed, and you never look back. So health is one issue that can receive some unexpected blessing that takes you further into your destiny, into your future. Health is one area. The other area that you might find it working out in is your daily activities. Like I described in the lead up to this All Signs review, I had an eclipse that fell in my sixth house that caused me to lose my job. Now this will not be happening, I do not believe, for anyone who is being affected by this eclipse, as you Leo people will be in the sixth house. It'll be affecting your sixth house of everyday work. Rather, it's more likely to get you a promotion, or to get you more money, or to get you a new project or an opportunity that you only dreamed of. So it could mean that, for example, let's say you work for a not-for-profit or something, and you just get all these brand new clients come in, and they're just beautiful, and you have a great rapport with them, and you can help them, and there's a lot of blessing that flows between you and your clients, and you're really able to serve people in a way that's just so good for your soul, good for your heart. So it's in service, it's in your daily work and life and routine, where you might see more blessing, more opportunity than you ever imagined. Windfalls, prosperity, money that pays the bills can come your way. But opportunities in work, health, restoration, issues with pets as well. You might find that you've always wanted a lassie dog, one of those beautiful long-haired lassie dogs, and you've just never been able to afford it. And suddenly, someone is on your doorstep with a little lassie dog pup, and you're like, oh my God, dream come true. So, blessings, windfalls that you never expected can happen because of this solar eclipse that will take you further into a beautiful destiny that's waiting for you. If you're Virgo rising, well, this energy is falling in the fifth house. Lovely, lovely for Virgos, because this means unexpected windfalls in the house of fortune. So perhaps more than any other sign, you guys might have the opportunity to see great blessings come landing in your lap. You know what? You could even consider going and buying a Tats Lotto ticket, or entering some sort of raffle or something like that could get you a very long way financially. It would be a good time for speculations around the time of the eclipse. I mean, I don't go and put your life savings on some horse in a race or something, but you know, $10 here, $20 there, fine. You could do that and actually find that you get a lot of blessing out of this particular solar eclipse, because it's falling in the house of fortune, taking risks, and the payoff of lucky ventures. And of course, this eclipse is so light-filled and so blessed. So you can really have unexpected blessings in fortune, growth, opportunity. This can come to your children as well. This is the house of children. So your children can be blessed. They can receive some kind of gifts and accolades and blessings that come their way at this time also, that really help you go towards your destiny. Let's say you've got a child who's been doing ads for TV for 5 years or something, and then they land a part in a sitcom, and you're like, wow, this is so fantastic, and away your child goes with some opportunity to be a little mini celebrity. And of course, as the parent, you're there to support them and help them, and you can sort of bask in that light of celebrityhood too. So like, this is a house of celebrity. It's also a house of children. It's just one illustration. Doesn't mean this is what's going to happen, but just an illustration of how things may play out. You can expect the unexpected. And this is going to be about taking you further into your destiny. Now, here in the 5th house, it could be love, and maybe you have been longing for love, you've been longing for romance, even if you're in a relationship. Maybe the romance hasn't been too strong in the relationship, and now with this solar eclipse in the 5th house, bang, there's red roses and dinners out over candlelight and, hot air balloon rides with chicken and champagne. I mean, you name it. Like fun, pleasure, romance, joy comes back into your life most beautifully, and may even be likely to stick around for the long term for you, because you've got Saturn in the same sign as well. So it has the potential to be long lasting, maybe for the whole decade, lucky you. So this energy is setting things up in a most beautifully beneficial way for you, with love and romance, pleasure, fun, children, hobbies as well, the things you enjoy, where you get happiness out of. This is the house of joy. So expect more joy this year, expect more blessings in a joyous way, and also fortune as well that could come your way. So you guys are very blessed, you Virgo rising people. Now, I'm probably talking very expansively. I'm talking through my Jupiter perhaps here. I will just point out that, sometimes the blessings are not as big as we might anticipate them to be. That may be because of what planets you have here, where your rising degree is. If you had your rising degree around 4 degrees, it would likely be more strong for you. If you had your rising degree at 24 degrees of Virgo, perhaps not so influential. So it all depends what planets are here in Capricorn that might be helping or delaying this. It also depends what degree we're looking at for rising sun or moon sign in Virgo as well. So just know there is potential for great events here, but also that it may not be as big as you expect, depending on the configuration of your actual chart. So still be blessing, but it might be you win $100 in a scratchy at Christmas rather than the $1 million in Tats Lotto. So Libra rising people has this energy of beautiful eclipse energy falling in the 4th house down here. So this is very personal, very private house, very much about your inner world, your inner feelings, your emotions. And here is where you're going to be blessed. Libra rising to a lesser extent, Libra moon and Libra sun. But here is where you're going to be blessed in your inner self, your inner life, your inner feelings, your inner emotions. Lots of love here, lots of blessing here, lots of abundance and prosperity and growth inwardly for you guys. You're going to really expand and grow your love, your inner love, your unconditional love, your sense of joy and well-being will just blossom now for you guys. Not only that, but it's in the house of home, your physical home. And you Librans have been doing a lot of work on your home over the last couple of years with all this energy of big planetary conglomeration here. And so there's been a lot of focus on your home, having a home, renovating a home, buying a home, etc. And now with this beautiful energy, your home is going to be blessed. That you might get the chance to extend your home, to expand your home. There might be money that comes to you because of your home. Your home might win a prize. You might get someone come and offer you $1 million for your home that you never would have expected, out of the blue. The home energy, the energy of house and home, it stands to be blessed and expanded and liberated and made more free and abundant and prosperous now. Lovely stuff. Expect the unexpected with regard to your home, also with your family as well. This is the house of the mother. So maybe, I'm a Libra moon. Quite frankly, I've had some difficulties with my maternal side over the last year. And this is, if ever there was an energy that could support a restoration between my mother and I, this would be it. Expect the unexpected. Maybe mother comes, asks for forgiveness. Maybe there is a reunion and everything is swept aside. All the fights and the difficulties are swept aside. So there can be blessings that await you with family. Maybe you might get an inheritance from your mother. Remember, it's making this beautiful connection to Uranus in the 8th house of inheritances and wills. Beautiful energy playing into this eclipse as well. So there could be some benefit, some blessing at a financial level that comes through the maternal line, the nurturing parent, the parent that has that sort of mother type energy in your life. For Libra rising people, this could very actually happen, but who knows how it will play out. It is an unexpected eclipse energy after all, but it will be light filled and it will bring blessing and enhancement to your life. So lots to look forward to for Libra rising people. Okay, Scorpio rising. This is putting the energy in the 3rd house. It's in communications that you can expect the unexpected. So, suddenly you get an email out of the blue from some random person from goodness knows where, saying, hey, I want you to come and speak at this convention in Beijing. We'll pay for all your expenses. We'll put you up in our best hotel. We just want you and your expertise. Oh, what a letter of communication that transforms your life, that takes you further into a beautiful destiny. That's the kind of thing we're looking at here. Maybe you get a publishing contract for a book. Maybe you have the top-selling astrology book on Amazon. All of a sudden, it's our communications, writing, speaking, teaching. This energy for you Scorpio rising people will be where you can expect the unexpected, sudden windfalls, prosperity, growth, abundance. So if you run your own business and you're a Scorpio sun or moon, but more likely the rising sign, then this energy can bring blessing to your business, expansion to your business, prosperity to your business, growth to your business. It's a very blessed energy to have the solar eclipse falling in the house of small business. So that could be very beneficial for you in some way. Whatever happens though, keep in mind it is all about taking you further towards your destiny. So if you land that publishing contract you've always dreamed of, it obviously is taking you towards a greater destiny as a writer. If your blog gets 100,000 hits, a particular article you've written, and it just goes crazy, then that's taking you more towards your destiny as maybe a journalist or a magazine, establishing an online magazine of some sort. Whatever happens, it's going to be taking you step by step, giving you more momentum, more of a push towards a greater destiny, usually in business, trade, learning, teaching, writing, speaking, marketing, etc. So plenty of blessings awaiting you, Scorpio rising people there. Sagittarius rising people, Happy New Year to you guys. This also applies if you're Saggy moon or sun as well, but mostly the rising sign will feel it strongest. You can expect the unexpected in the 2nd house. So this is a gift because this is where Jupiter is sitting right now in your chart. He's your chart ruler, remember, as well. He's feeding into this beautiful solar eclipse energy that's so light-filled and full of blessing. You can expect financial growth out of this. More abundance, more prosperity. You're familiar with this sort of energy already because Jupiter rules your sign. But it's in the 2nd house realm of having the things that give you security, that support your body and its journey through life, having the nice car, having a nice house, having pleasure and fun, eating lovely food, getting nice gifts at Christmas. It's in this realm that you can be most blessed when this lucky, unexpected, but light-filled eclipse occurs in your second house. So fantastic. And it's designed to move you more towards your destiny. This is also the house of inner self-worth. So maybe you might have been feeling a bit low, especially with all the Saturn-Venus conjunction that occurred recently in the sign of Capricorn, your second house of self-worth. So your self-worth might have been a bit low. But then along comes this eclipse. Boom. Something happens to transform your self-worth. You get some sort of encouragement and uplift and blessing and accolades, or something that just lifts your spirits and gives you a sense of self-value that might have been a bit elusive over the last few weeks. So these are the kind of energies that can play out here, but it's all designed to take you more towards your destiny of confidence, of strength, of self-worth, of having enough, having more than what you need to survive and to thrive and to be blessed. So Sagittarius rising, if you're looking for some financial stability, this is the time when you can really embrace that in your life and see the blessings unfold. So lovely energy for Sagittarius rising with the eclipse heading into the new year. Go, you good thing. Capricorn rising. Well, here we are, Cappy rising people. Solar eclipse in your sign. Your whole life journey will take a momentous turn for the better because of this solar eclipse. This is in the house of your life journey, of your ability to survive and thrive in life, of your ability to be seen and how others will perceive you is seen by the first house. And with the solar eclipse energy here that is so blessed, so light-filled, so full of prosperity, growth, abundance, expansion, authenticity and truth, your whole trajectory of life is going to really shift forward now. So maybe you've had aspirations of being able to, earn your own money independently in some way. And now when this eclipse comes, bang, it starts to happen. All your plans and dreams start to unfold just as you imagined, because the energy of the universe has your back. It's going to bless you. And there's lucky and unexpected blessings of fortune and opportunity that come your way to have that independent business. Or maybe you wanted that, you desired to fall in love with that particular man that you thought was really charming at work, and he comes and asks you out, and suddenly you're going on a coffee date with the man you've been dreaming of for 7 years. I'm thinking of the film Love Actually, where she's just longing for that guy, to connect with that guy in the workplace. It doesn't ever quite work out, unfortunately for her, but if you know the film Love Actually, you'll know what I'm talking about. But that's the scenario here. Suddenly the opportunity comes and you get what you'd always wanted in those realms. And the key here, though, even though we're told to expect the unexpected, even though this is all about prosperity, abundance, growth in your life journey, really it's about moving more towards your destiny. Let me give you an example from my life. When I was 23, before I knew anything about astrology actually, but many, many years ago, over 20 years ago, golly, a long, long time. But I had an eclipse fall on my ascendant in my first house. And a week after that, I met my first husband. And that was magical, and it was a great relationship, and I wouldn't change it for the world. It didn't last for various reasons, but it was a gift. And it's given me 3 beautiful children. I don't need to go on. It was fabulous. It just so happened that the eclipse fell on his ascendant as well. So we both met a week after an eclipse on our ascendant, and it was fortuitous, it was karmic, it was destiny. So I'm not saying that you're going to go meet somebody, especially if you're married, like you don't, and you're happily married, you don't want that to happen. But this is an energy of changing the whole trajectory of your life in a way that's blessed and light-filled now. So if that means meeting someone and, changing your life that way, fabulous. It means getting a new job that takes you beyond your wildest dreams, fabulous. If it means, moving to a country that you only ever imagined you'd be able to live in, fabulous. But whatever occurs, it's going to be just the right thing to take you further towards your destiny. And for you Capricorn rising people who've had all this energy just smashing them in their first house all for the last couple of years, now you can expect this imprint of the solar eclipse is going to bring you a lot of light, a lot of joy, and a lot of expansion and abundance in many ways. Okay, where are we? Aquarius rising. Oh, we're almost done. Beautiful Aqua people. Well, this energy is falling in your 12th house. This is a gift. This is such a blessing. I'm so pleased to be able to share this with you guys, because this solar eclipse in your 12th house is full of light and abundance and blessing and support. The universe has your back now. And this is falling in the house of, as I keep saying for you guys, of karma. So it is in that realm that you can expect the unexpected, lucky, unexpected blessings coming your way, prosperity, expansion, abundance. Now this could come in a number of ways. It could come through some beautiful creative download. Suddenly you're out for dinner, having a coffee with someone, and suddenly it hits you like a ton of bricks. You get this piece of Uranian inspiration. It gives you goosebumps and tingles down your spine. You're inspired beyond belief with some new idea for an album or an artwork or a novel or whatever creative endeavor. The divine inspiration just flows through you, and suddenly you've got to get home and record your idea for that song. And so you go and you've got a whole album recorded in a matter of days. It's divinely inspired creativity that can come your way in the most blessed manner now because of the eclipse. But it's also divine spirituality, epiphanies like you've never known, that change the course of your life. And this is the key with eclipses. They are designed, whether they kick your pants or they are light filled, like this one is light filled, they are designed to take you into your destiny, your soul's destiny. And so what is going to happen now, if you have a spiritual epiphany because of this eclipse, it is going to take you further into a great, fabulous destiny. Take you away. It's an eclipse is an energy of new beginnings. It's going to take you away from what wasn't working and head you now towards the purity of your destiny. So it could also be to do with karma. Karma, I keep talking about karma for the 12th house, but maybe you're carrying some, you guys particularly more than any other sign, carrying karmic seeds that need to be ripened in your life. Like maybe in a past life you kicked the dog, and now in this lifetime there's that energy that has to play out and absolve itself. And so there's karmic energy that needs absolving. This light-filled eclipse can do wonders towards finalizing karma, winding it up, wrapping it up in a beautiful, easy, light-filled way. Can be good karma now that comes to you with this eclipse. This is not just all negative karma kicking the dog. It could be that in a past life you saved your mate by dragging him off the battlefield. He was wounded and you got him out of there. And it's these heroic, it could be that you patted the dog instead of kicked it. Any type of good karmic seed that you've planted now might reach its fruition and give you blessing in this lifetime. Maybe that mate does something fantastic for you. His soul is in this lifetime just like your soul is. You cross paths. He's like, dude, let me give you the job of your dreams. Let me give you some money to get you through that particularly rough patch in life that's going to set you up for the future. Whatever. But karmic unfolding in the most blessed of fashions is what can come from this eclipse in the 12th house. And finally, escape from addiction. The 12th house is a house of addiction, and that's because it's a house of escape. Now, if we think about it, when times are tough, when we're going insane with pressure and stress, we tend to turn to something to alleviate, to be a sort of release valve for us. So it could be alcohol, it could be drugs, it could be being a sex addict, it could be a million different things that we turn to release the energy of stress in our life. So obviously I've just listed some lower manifestations of that. Higher manifestations might be to, you escape into a good novel, or you escape by going and meditating at your local ashram or stupa or something, or you escape by, cooking for other people. You love to do some sort of creative expression. I'll make cakes and I give them to my neighbors, and I just feel so good when I do that. That's my escape. Whatever is your escape, that is now going to be blessed. So if you are addicted to alcohol, drugs, sex, whatever it happens to be, if you're addicted, this eclipse can break you free, because remember, Uranus, authenticity, truth, breaking free is part of this energy. You can break your addictions now, and you can start to direct your energy to the more blessed, light-filled forms of escape that are available to you in those times of stress and trauma and depression, and when you're sort of going down the rabbit hole of struggle. So this is great news if you've been battling any type of addictive whatever, headspace or addictive actions or something. Lots of freedom, lots of release is now there for the taking, blessing you, supporting you. It is the universe giving you the oomph, the power you need. Remember, it's going to take you further into your destiny, and it will do it by helping you with this light-filled eclipse. Not by kicking your butt, but simply by giving you the support, the motivation, the energy, the desire that you need to transform your life. And you might even find with this eclipse, maybe you're addicted to cigarettes one day, and after the eclipse, falls on a particular trigger point for you, you wake up, I don't need a cigarette. No desire, no. And you never have a cigarette again. You wake up, no drinking. That's it, done. No alcohol, I'm free. It could actually manifest in that way if you've got the right planetary configurations and alignments that are going to be super blessed by this eclipse. I'm excited for you guys. Like, seriously, I could cry. This is just so liberating for you guys who've been through so much in the last little while with Pluto and Saturn here. And finally, Pisces rising, or sun or moon, but mostly rising is usually the strongest felt. You guys can expect the unexpected in terms of 11th house rewards and gains. Woohoo, go us! 11th house is to receive an award. It's to receive opportunities and blessings in career. It's to receive a financial remuneration. It's to receive an honor of some sort, recognition of some sort. It's to be, maybe welcomed into some group that you've always aspired to be part of. It's to be esteemed by friends and supported and loved by friends, developing a large circle of friends. These are the rewards and gains, and with this beautiful solar eclipse falling in your 11th house, where things are going to manifest easily. Unexpectedly, yes, but easily, with blessing, with prosperity, with abundance, with growth, with freedom, with authenticity, with truth coming from Uranus down here. My goodness, this eclipse is going to be so good for those of us with a Pisces rising sign. So 11th house, where we start to see the manifestation, the fruition, the rewards of all the work we've done. Now it can really come in with this beautiful light-filled energy. So for Pisces rising, if you've been, let's say you've been writing the great novel of your life, and you did it part-time for years and years and years, but it was your dream and it was your aspiration, you wanted to get published. Sagittarius is connected to publishing, and it's in your 10th house, so this could very well be the case. And so you've been sending this book out to publishers, and it's been getting rejected and what have you, but then bang, solar eclipse, 11th house, all of a sudden you get that letter in the mail, that really thin envelope, not a returned manuscript, but that thin envelope in the mail, or an email. We're in modern times, aren't we? And it says, your manuscript's fantastic. We want this. We want to pay you this. We want you to sign a contract. We want you to be our next J.K. Rowling. And so you're off and away. Here come the rewards. And the key here is that whatever rewards you receive, it's going to be tied to taking you further into your destiny. And this is key. It's not just about a one-off. Eclipses are all designed to take us further into what our soul desires to achieve in the long term. So for you, it's an eclipse that's all about achieving in the 11th house realm, rewards and gains that are going to take you further into your destiny. You get that book contract, that publishing contract. It's going to take you into a career as a writer and a TED Talk speaker and a goodness knows what else. And you are off and away because of this reward, this accolade, this financial remuneration, whatever it looks like. So big blessings for Pisces. Like, this is a good time for Pisces, a good season for Pisces. And guys, it's setting us up for the year ahead. It's putting the thumbprint of energy on 2020. It's putting the thumbprint of energy actually on the next decade, if you want to go that far. So much good awaits those of us with a strong Pisces rising, especially if we have planets or an ascendant around that degree. So guys, I'm excited. This is a beautiful start to the year. Thank you so much for joining me for a look at this glorious 26th of December eclipse. It has been fun. It's full of promise. I'm excited. I hope you are too. I'd like to finish with a prayer of gratitude and also a prayer of hope for the year ahead. Energy of love in the universe. What an amazing decade it's been. A decade where we have been refined, where we've been up-leveled, and we've taken steps towards our enlightenment. Some of us through pain and through struggle, some of us through blessing and opportunity. We thank you for all of it because it's taking us to our soul's destiny. And as we enter into this new year of 2020 with such a great imprint of energy from the solar eclipse, we say thank you for the opportunities that are coming, the growth that is coming, the blessing that is coming for all of us. May we be open to receive. May there be space in our soul for the lessons to be learnt and the growth that's to be had. Be with us, fill us with love, help us to love those that we encounter each day and to raise the vibration of the energy on this planet for the blessing of our generation and all the generations to come. And so it is. Thanks so much for joining me. It has been a delight to be with you through 2019. When I next see you, it will be 2020. Bring it on. I'm all ready for it, and I hope you are too. Enjoy your New Year celebrations, and God bless.